Hi, I'm Susan from Inside Out Yoga. Welcome to your practice. Today's class builds to a peak pose called Astavakrasana, 8-angle pose. As with all peak pose classes, it's never about the pose itself. It's about getting there, building core strength, some mobility, and mental focus along the way. What you'll need for this class are 2 blocks, and that should just be about it. So let's go ahead and start. We'll stay in seated. Close your eyes, find that nice tall spine. Take a couple of deeper breaths to arrive on your mat. Notice your starting point. And begin to create a conscious breath flow. Shift to your Ujjayi pranayama. Visualize your rib cage as an umbrella opening and closing to your breath. Slow the breath down, smooth it out. Begin to add some pauses, pausing at the top and at the bottom. Press all the air out at the bottom and notice that your lower belly engages just naturally by pressing all the air out. Inhaling, opening that umbrella. You don't have to be with me. Pause at the top when you get there. And exhale all the breath out, pausing at the bottom, feeling that subtle abdominal contraction. One more like that, inhaling fully, pausing when you get to the top. And this time at the bottom of the exhale, when you press all the air out, lift your pubic bone towards your navel and draw your hip points toward one another as though you're buttoning and zipping a tight pair of jeans. Pelvic floor engages, low belly lifts. And then inhale, releasing that, breathing fully into the side and back ribs especially. Pause when you get to the top. And as you let all the breath out, pause at the bottom. Lift your pubic bone towards your navel. Draw your frontal hip points toward one another as though you're buttoning and zipping the tight pair of jeans. A couple more times like that on your own, feeling that abdominal contraction at the end of the exhale. Notice how focusing on the breath may have quieted your mind a little. Bring your hands to your heart. What brought you to your mat today? Make that answer an intention for your practice. Great, then blink the eyes open. We're going to stay in seated briefly for a twist. So bring your elbows into your waist. Palms are up like you're holding a platter. As you inhale, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, draw your hip points toward one another, lift your pubic bone and twist to the left. I'm not mirroring you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist a little bit more, engaging the abdominals to create the twist. Then inhale again. And as you exhale, right ribs move to left. Then bring one hand on your leg, one hand behind you. Find length again as you inhale. And as you exhale, contract your abdominals. Use a little bit of leverage to twist you more and turn your head last. Then work the pose, inhaling to find length. Exhaling to twist maybe a little deeper, or just to stay where you are, but feel the abdominal engagement at the end of the exhale. On your next inhale, release your arms to starting point, and exhale, come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. We'll do the same thing second side. So inhale, first find length, and then exhale, engage your abdominals and twist to the right. Inhale, find length. Exhale, engage and twist. So left ribs move to right. Inhaling again, that length. Exhale, engage and twist. One hand to leg, one hand behind you. Find the length again as you inhale. And exhale, use your abdominals and then a little bit of the external leverage to twist you more, turning your head last. Working the pose, inhale, find that length. Exhale, belly engages, maybe you twist a little deeper. And inhale, release your arms. And exhale, use your belly to come back to center. Hands on legs, close your eyes, and just feel the effects of those twists. Great. Lie on your backs for some core work, additional core work. Put one of your blocks at the top of your mat. You'll need the second one for this work. So lie on your back. Place the block mid-width between your legs up against your pelvis and bring your arms by your sides with your palms down. Take an inhale, expand the ribs. And as you exhale, squeeze the block and feel your low belly contracting. Inhale, expand the ribs. You let go a little bit of the squeeze. And exhale, squeeze the block, button and zip your jeans. One more time, inhaling. And exhale, engage, squeeze. Now come to the very tops of your toes. Do the same thing. Inhale, expand the ribs sideways all the way. And exhale, as you squeeze, hover your toes just an inch off the floor. Then inhale, lower them down, breathing. And exhale, cinch the waist, squeeze, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And really, really squeeze. And we'll do one more time like that. Inhaling, lower. And exhale, squeeze, lift. Lower the feet to the floor again for Ardha Navasana crunches. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders, arms come forward, bringing your pubic bone and your sternum closer together. Squeeze the block as you inhale, extend both legs. Exhale, bring them down and lift a little higher. Inhale, arms overhead. We'll do that a few more times. So inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the block, crunch up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift a little higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Inhale, extend, keep squeezing. Exhale, feet to the floor, lift a little higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Last time, exhale, squeeze, lift. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift a little higher, keep squeezing. Inhale, arms overhead. We're going to twist now. Exhale, twist both arms to the right side of your right leg. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift a little higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the right. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, feet down, lift higher. Inhale, arms overhead. Last time. Exhale to the right. Inhale, extend. Feet down, lift higher. Exhale, arms overhead. To the left. Extend. Feet down, lift higher. Arms overhead. Take your block, put it off to the side, and just rest in constructive rest. Chaturanga stomach churning pose. Bring your arms in a T position with your palms down. Bring your legs into a tabletop and squeeze your ankles and your inner knees together. So imagine both of your legs were one leg. Keep them as though they were one leg. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knees toward your chest and toward your left wrist, keeping them together. Send your right hip away from your right shoulder. Squeeze your legs and churn your left ribs to your right. Take an inhale, and exhale, come back to center, knees above hips. Inhale here, squeeze your legs. Exhale, bring your knees toward your right wrist. Send your left hip away from your left shoulder. Squeeze your legs and churn your right ribs to your left. Take an inhale, and exhale back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, knees to left wrist, toward left wrist. Right hip moves away from right shoulder. And this time, if you can, straighten your legs. Then bend them again. Come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, knees to right wrist. See if you can extend your legs as you twist. Looks like I have a wall here. Can't extend them all the way. Lucky me. Bend the knees, come back to center. One more thing, so similar, but we're going to actually do the arm balance, Astavakrasana, on our backs. So if you don't make it today and you do it here, then you've done it. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, knees towards left wrist. Send right hip forward. Extend your legs and see if you can cross right ankle over left. Flexing your feet, hug your ankles. This is not easy. Bend your knees, come back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees towards right wrist. Send left hip forward. Straighten your leg. Cross left ankle over right. It's easier this side because I don't have to straighten all the way. Really squeeze your ankles and your inner knees. Back to center. Inhale. Hug your knees into your chest, Apanasana. And let's take Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Bring your feet to the floor. Feet face forward, heels in line with sitting bones. Bring your arms by your sides and lift your trunk pelvis 1 unit. Roll your shoulders under if you like and clasp. And add a little bit of hamstring glute contraction. So press your feet down and isometrically drag them towards your butt. Button and zip your jeans to the degree you need to not overarch the low back. And then press your upper arms down. Turn your upper arms out to widen the chest. And one more breath. Release your arms and lower trunk pelvis, same unit. Come back to constructive rest and feel the body breathing. Great. Hug knees to chest. Let's come on up to downward facing dog. Look at your wrist creases and make them parallel to the top of your mat as you spread your fingers. Push the mat away from you. Push your wrists away from you. Send your hips up and back. Feel free to bend the knees or keep them straight, but make sure that you're finding axial extension in your downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, top of a push-up. Whole body works in plank. Legs, belly. It's called plank because you are like a plank, like a board, nice and strong and stable. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's move in and out of plank, warming up the shoulders. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. And now, exhale, downward facing dog. And bring your left foot to the center of your mat. Cross your right ankle behind your left ankle as best you can, flexing that right ankle. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, plank. Really squeeze. Lift the low belly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same way, keep your ankles crossed. Inhale, plank. Squeeze in. Exhale, dog. Again, inhale, plank. Squeeze, hug your ankles, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Uncross, come back to regular dog. And switch sides. Right foot in front. Cross left ankle behind right. I don't care if your knees are bent. Squeeze your ankle, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale to plank. Really squeeze everything. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank, squeeze, hug your ankles, hug your thighs. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank, squeeze. Exhale, downward facing dog. Uncross your ankles and just send your hips up and back. Then come to kneeling. You can sit on your heels for broken toe pose if you like. We're going to do finger flicks to strengthen the forearms. So you can sit in Sukhasana however you want to sit. Reach your arms above you and open and close your fingers. or really your hands, as fast as you can. So it's not like castanets, it's not just touching the fingerprints. It's really opening and closing, and you'll start to feel, you probably already do, strong sensation in your forearms especially. So smile through the challenge, breathe through the challenge. All this stuff we practice on the mat that helps us off the mat. Keep going. If you have to stop, of course, stop. Try your best to stay in there. Just feel the sensation and be curious about it. There's warmth in my forearms. There's sensation there. A couple more times. And then let that go. Just shake it out a little bit. All right. So the next thing we're going to do are some drills to help us with our chaturangas. So bring your blocks to the top of your mat. So they're about shoulder distance apart, like they would be your hands in down dog. And then align the top of your index finger with the block and spread your fingers. Then walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Let's inhale to plank. Drop your knees exactly where they are behind your hips. Then inhale, shift forward, bend your elbows, and see if you can tap the blocks with the tops of your shoulders. Back up to down dog. If that was too hard for you to go that low, then just stay above the blocks. Inhale, plank. Lower to knees. Modified chaturanga. See if you can kiss the blocks with the tops of your shoulders. Downward facing dog. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale, plank. Lower knees. Modified chaturanga. Now rest your shoulders on your blocks. Keep your belly lifted. If you want to make it harder, tuck your toes and straighten your legs. So now you're in a chaturanga with support, but it kind of teaches the body a nice chaturanga position. Lower knees. Lift yourself back up. Let's come to child's pose for a moment. Let your hands come beside your feet, palm up. And then lift your head, and we're going to do that again. And you can do it from the knees, or if you feel really strong today and can manage it from the toes, then do it from the toes. And every day is going to be different. You don't want to lose alignment. Losing alignment constantly in this kind of stuff just means you're not quite there. You're not ready to progress to that level. But start again. Spread your fingers. Index fingers kind of graze the blocks. The blocks are shoulder distance. Step back up, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Lower to your knees or not. Shift forward. Graze the blocks. I'm going to lower my knees when I come back up to downward facing dog. So it's a way I'm building strength. So let's do it again. Inhale, plank. Lower from the toes or the knees. Maybe drop the knees. Push yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Last time, plank. Lower the knees or not. I'm going to lower them this time. And now rest the tops of your shoulders on your blocks. Tuck your toes and come into this supported chaturanga, which isn't quite so hard. Lower your knees again. Lift yourself up. Let's come to child's pose. Great. Lift your head. Take your blocks off the mat and come to downward facing dog again. Lift your hips up and back, kind of rest in downward facing dog. And we'll come to the top of the mat. So inhale, bend your knees, look past hands, and exhale, step or hop. Top of the mat, lift halfway once you're there. Forward fold. Reach up, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. So let's take a couple lunge salutations with a twist to open up the hips. Hands to heart. When you're ready, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back, knee down. Inhale, reach up, press back shin. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift back knee. Inhale, twist, right arm up. Exhale, hands to floor or blocks, Parsvottanasana variation. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. So send that right hip back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, half standing split. You might want your blocks here. Even out your hips and stay for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take an inhale and exhale, fold, full standing split. Maybe grab your ankle, one or both hands. Inhale, feet together, lift halfway. Fold, exhale. Reach up, stand up, inhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi, second side. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back, knee down. Press the back shin as you inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift your back knee. Twist, left arm up. Exhale, hands down, hips back, Parsvottanasana. Keep your back heel vertical. Inhale to a lunge. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Don't let that left hip swing out. Inhale to a lunge. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, half standing split. Maybe use your blocks. Square off your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2. Fold forward into your standing split. Maybe grab your ankle. Inhale, feet together, lift halfway. Fold, exhale. Reach up, stand up, inhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Let's do that again, adding a vinyasa. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back, knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift back knee. Inhale, twist, right arm up. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Inhale to lunge. Plant your hands, exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in dog or do a push-up, inhaling plank. Chaturanga, plank. Downward facing dog. Stay in dog or take a flow. Plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back, dog split. Exhale, low lunge, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift back knee. Twist, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, hips back, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, half standing split, maybe Vira C, hands to heart for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full standing split, maybe grab your ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2. Feet together, inhale, lift halfway. Fold as you exhale. Reach up. Stand up, inhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi, other side. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back, knee down. Press the shin, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift back knee. Twist, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, hips back, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lunge. Plant your hands, exhale, downward facing dog. Stay or do a push-up, knees or toes. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga, these are pushy dogs. Plank. Downward facing dog. Take a flow. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back, dog split. Exhale, low lunge, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, lunge, hands to the floor, lift back knee. Twist, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Half standing split or Vera C. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Full standing split, 5, 4, 3, 2. Feet together, inhale, lift halfway. Fold, exhale. Reach up, stand up, inhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. So we'll take a couple of Surya Namaskar A's. I'm going to use blocks and step to plank lower Chaturanga. I'm going to try to hit the blocks with my shoulders. It's a good gauge to even just stay above them. You don't have to tap the blocks, but sometimes I like to work on that to go a little deeper in my Chaturangas. So Surya Namaskar A a couple of times. Put your blocks at the top of the mat, shoulder distance apart if you're using them. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Lower Chaturanga, kiss the blocks if you can. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, go back. Breath in, breath out. Umbrella opens and closes. Legs are strong. You're pushing the mat forward with your hands. Your wrists move forward. Back with your legs as you lift the low belly. Let your head go. Inhale, lift the heels, look past hands. Exhale, feet to hands. Lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold, Uttanasana. Reach up, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. One more time. Inhale, reach arms. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, step to plank. Lower Chaturanga, maybe kiss the blocks. Up dog, inhale, hug ankles in. Downward facing dog, go back. Breath in, breath out. Next inhale, look past hands. Exhale, feet to hands. Lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold, Uttanasana. Reach up, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Take your blocks off the mat. Come to the top of your mat, and we'll inhale to Utkatasana chair. Squeeze your knees together. Feel the thighs descending. And as you press your heels, imagine you're lifting them, feeling a little bit of glute hamstring action. Take an inhale here. Twist, right elbow outside of left leg. Take an inhale here and exhale, twist. Squeeze your legs together. Thumbs to breastbone if you can. Churn the right ribs to left. Churn the low belly to the right. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pavrita Utkatasana, left elbow, right leg. Use your belly to twist versus the leverage of arm and leg. Squeeze your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Let's neutralize in Navasana. Take a seat. You can use hands to support you at any time. Navasana. The rib cage lifts up off the pelvis. Imagine you're squeezing that block between your thighs. Plant the feet, widen your legs, Utkatasana again. You might have needed some assistance to get up. Twist again, right elbow, left leg, Pavrita Utkatasana. Good, right hip sends back. You can vary this by dropping one arm, lifting the other. I like to stay right where I am. Back to regular Utkatasana. Twist other side, left elbow, right leg. Keep your spine centered, so crown of the tail in line with your, crown of the head in line with your tail. Back to Utkatasana. Have a seat. Navasana. Whether your legs are bent or straight or somewhere in between, hug your inner thighs. Great. Widen your knees, come into Malasana, so toes together. Fingerprints on the floor. Clamp your outer upper arms with your inner knees and let your head go. You can stay here or you can practice Bakasana, crow pose. Lift your hips, plant your hands, roll forward, which is what you do in every arm balance. Lift your heels towards your butt. Chaturanga, if you can, kick your heels to land back with strength, moving through your flow, and land in downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Let's inhale, left leg up and back, dog split. Exhale, lunge, left foot forward. Reach up, high lunge. Pelvis is neutral. Back leg might be bent. Left thigh descends. Maybe you straighten the right leg any amount as you descend further to stretch the front of the right hip. Hover lunge, lean forward and really lift the root of the right thigh up and take a twist. Right elbow outside left leg. Keep your spine line. Keep your hips squeezing together as you lift your right thigh and churn the belly, right ribs to left. Lunge. Down dog split. Let's take a pushy dog by crossing your left ankle behind your right like we did earlier. Inhale, plank, squeeze. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Downward facing dog, and then regular downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, right foot forward. High lunge. Lift your lower belly. Back knee bent for most of us. Sink that front thigh down. And without changing the position of the pelvis, maybe straighten your left leg without forcing. Breathing here. Hover lunge, come forward, lift your low belly, and twist left elbow outside of right leg. Thumbs to breastbone, move that right hip back, churn the belly, left ribs to right, but low belly beneath the navel, churn that to the left. Hands to floor. Dog split. Cross your right ankle behind your left. Clamp your legs, squeeze. Pushy dog with crossed ankles. Downward facing dog. Let's jump to the center of the mat to practice Parshvabhakasana, an arm balance that you may or may not get into it today. It doesn't really matter. So come to the, let's do it this way. I'm going to turn my mat around. And I'm not going to mirror you. So come to the outside of your mat to the left. And turn your legs about 45 degrees to the left. Then bring your hands to your mat as though you were going to do plank. Or as though you were going to do chaturanga. Lift your hips and then distribute the weight in your arms. Then bring your right leg outside your left arm. Squeeze your arms together. Lift the hips and lower the chest so much that maybe your feet lift. Parshvabhakasana, side crow. Lower the feet down. Hop to the other side of your mat. Point your knees about 45 degrees away from the mat. That's roughly. Bring your hands to the center as though you're going to do plank. Lift your hips and distribute your weight evenly in your hands. Hook your outside of the right arm and your outer left leg together. Squeeze in, lift your hips, lean forward so much that your feet lift. Squeeze left elbow in, lower down, and let's take a Padahastasana. So feet hip distance apart. Bring your palms, your hastas underneath your padas. Your big toes touch your wrists. Shift forward and bow. Let that go, let your head be heavy. Stay there. I'm going to reposition my mat to where it was. You're still in Padahastasana. Then let's lift halfway and step to downward facing dog. If you want, take a push-up, plank, Chaturanga, plank, down dog, maybe a flow, plank, Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Let's inhale left leg up and back. Into Virabhadrasana B, left foot forward, pivot back heel flat, windmill up and over, Virabhadrasana B. Press your feet down, lift your thighs, nice strong legs. Lift the bones behind the ears towards the ceiling so your shoulders relax. Firm this right thigh straight back. Trikonasana, straighten the front leg. Side bend over your leg. I think I'll use a block. Hips squeeze toward one another. Back of the head in line with back of the pelvis. Press your inner left hand down and turn your left upper arm out. Back to Virabhadrasana B. And we'll take a humble warrior from this position. Clasp your hands behind your sacrum, send your shoulder heads back, maybe straighten the arms, and then fold over your left leg, bringing your shoulder inside your knee as you can. Send your left hip in and back as you can, and firm your right thigh. Think of something you're grateful for. Let's come to a lunge. So left foot faces dead ahead, and we'll come into lizard here. Bring your left hand inside your left foot, right hand next to it as though you're going to do plank. Let's drop the right knee down and just open up the hips a little bit here in lizard. So you can turn your toes to the left a little bit. I'm going to keep mine facing forward. It's a little bit harder. I like to work on that neutral leg. And arm and leg connect and kind of hug in. To go deeper, or to add a little more fire, lift your back knee, but try to keep your pelvis even. So feel the left thigh descending as the right thigh lifts. And if it works for you, you can lower your elbows to a block or floor, working on those same actions. Big old hip opener. And then to help you practice for the arm balance, Astavakrasana, bring your left hand beside your left heel, the right hand next to it, and imagine you're putting your backpack on, so bring your knee above your shoulder. Keep firming right thigh. You can stay here or lift your left heel. You can practice another arm balance while we're here, Ekapada Kundanyasana. So you can squeeze your arms together and then extend your left leg any amount, doesn't have to be straight. Make a shelf with your right elbow into your waist, lean forward, back leg lifts. And then come back to Chaturanga, push up to dog. All optional, of course, maybe a flow. Plank, Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, breath in, breath out. Let's do the same poses, second side. Right leg lifts, inhale, dog split. Virabhadrasana B, right foot forward. Windmill up, land in the pose. Both hips hug into the midline. Legs lift or strong as the feet press evenly. Lift the bones behind the ears so your shoulders relax. I always put my block too far away. Trikonasana, straighten the front arm, side bend. I think I'll grab it. Oops. Back of the head in line with back of the pelvis. And it makes it easier to send the right hip back if you press the right big toe mound down and then turn this upper leg out. That right hip will move straight back. Lift your lower belly though, so you don't collapse into your low back. Maybe look up at your top hand. Back to Vera B. And then to this variation of humble warrior. Clasp the unusual way behind your sacrum, shoulders back, maybe arms straighten, and come forward, bringing your head towards your ankle. Turn that upper leg out, that upper right leg out as you press the big toe mound so the hip draws back. Come into a lunge. Right foot to the right. Block and come off the mat as you like and bring your right hand inside your right leg. Drop your left knee and just feel kind of a stretch here. Right toes can come off the mat, heel on if you like, or for me, I'm going to point them dead ahead. Great, then tuck your back toes if you like to add more fire, lift your back knee. Descend your right thigh, lift your left. Make your sacrum even. Lower elbows as you like. Then you'll have to work harder to descend the right thigh and lift the back knee. To go deeper and to help us prepare more for the arm balance, for the Astavakrasana arm balance, bring right hand behind the right heel, left hand next to it. The knee comes above the shoulder or at least above the elbow as best you can. So that's hard enough. You can lift your front heel. That makes it a little easier and helps you prepare for Ekapada Kundanyasana if you want to go there. So squeeze your elbows in. Start to extend right leg to right, left elbow into waist. Lean forward as you lift your back knee. Pushy dog, maybe. That was hard. To a flow, maybe. You might just be resting in dog or child. Breath in, breath out. Stay where you are. I'm just changing my page. And then let's come to kneeling and into child's pose. Arms back. Let your head drop. I'm going to keep my head lifted. You keep yours dropped. Because when I keep mine dropped, then the mic gets too loud. So you can rest in child's pose, forehead on the floor. Hips move back. Ribs open and close like an umbrella. Great, I hear some banging. There's construction going on here, which is a sign of progress that I love. Love these guys. Let's come into a seat, and we'll do some hip openers before we move into the arm balance. So let's take a seated pigeon. Align your feet with your sitting bones. Your knees are bent. You can sit on something as needed. Cross right ankle over left thigh and flex that ankle. You're going to need to do that in your arm balance. Bring your hands behind you and draw your sacrum in and up. Press your big toe mound away from the inner knee and see if you can turn the right upper thigh out. Kind of like what we do, or actually exactly what we do in our Virabhadrasana B, Trikonasana, those standing poses. So feel that opening the hip. This might be plenty. To go deeper, cradle the baby. To go deeper there, straighten your left leg. So I'm not mirroring you. You can also kind of rock the baby to bring a little bit more mobility. Great. Let's put that foot down and we'll just do the other side. Seated pigeon, second side. So left ankle, cross it over the right leg. Flex the ankle. Use your hands to draw the sacrum in and up. And press your big toe mound away from your inner knee. Turn the left upper leg out so you're spiraling it this way, externally rotating that thigh bone. Feel that stretch? Maybe feels good. And if you like, go deeper. Cradle the baby. You can keep your leg where it is or straighten it. You can also bring it into Baddha Konasana. Maybe rock it back and forth. Great. And then bring that foot down. Let's do the other side again. So right ankle, left leg. Hands behind you, draw the sacrum in and up. Cradle the baby as you like. And then straighten your left leg a little bit. And we'll take a forward fold. So this is actually fairly easy-ish. Just cross the ankle above the knee. Bring your hands behind you, lift the chest, and fold. Reach for your foot if that makes sense for you. And just a little bit of leverage pulling your chest forward by pulling your foot back, but never strain to do that. Really lift your low belly and send the hips back. You want to work from center more than you use external leverage. Maybe head drops, arms out. So it's kind of like a variation of Janu Shirshasana. Lift yourself back up. Uncross, and we'll do the second side again. Left ankle, right leg, seated pigeon. Important to flex the ankle, big toe mound away from inner knee. Spiral that outer upper thigh out. Cradle as you like. Straighten the leg as you like. And then a variation, kind of like a one-legged seated pigeon. Ankle over the leg. Hands behind you to extend the spine. You might stay right here. Or fold. Maybe you grab your foot, maybe not. Send the chest away from the navel. Really ground the right leg down. So ground that thigh, lift the kneecap up. Don't worry about depth. I don't go as deep this side. I have a little bit of an injury here. Always honor your body. All right, lift yourself back up. And now we'll try the arm balance. So let's keep your left leg as it is. And like we did in lizard, bring your right knee and see if you can bring it above your shoulder or definitely above your elbow. And then just kind of let it drop. Lukma, no hands. You're squeezing the arm and leg together a little bit, but not with too much effort. And then, as with every arm balance like Bakasana, you roll forward, so bring your hands down. And now, like we did on our backs, cross your ankles and flex them. Then roll forward, squeeze your legs, straighten them any amount, and tip forward. Look at your feet. So my legs are bent. I'm trying to straighten them and squeeze them, tipping forward. Then have a seat. Come back down. Let's take a Baddha Konasana between sides. Bring your feet to the floor, and then I like to lift and bring my pelvis closer to my feet. Draw the sacrum in and up. The legs will start to drop. Press your inner feet. Fold, chest away from navel. Maybe you hold onto your feet instead, but it's the same action, chest away from navel. All right, other side, Astavakrasana, 8-angle pose. So right foot stays where it is. Lift your left leg, and put the knee above the shoulder or somewhere above the elbow. Let the foot relax, but kind of hug in a little bit. And then Lukma, no hands. Bring your hands down. Cross, right ankle over left, flex your ankles. And again, just like crow pose, you would roll forward and then squeeze your legs here. And then tip forward like Chaturanga and look towards your feet. Squeeze your legs. Try to come out gracefully. Some days are better than others. It's fun to try. And we'll take a Baddha Konasana. So, soles of the feet together. Lift your pelvis to bring it closer to your feet. Doesn't matter how close. Lift the sacrum in and up. And fold if that makes sense for you today. You can keep your hands behind you or hold on to your feet. There's an action of just kind of gently pressing the feet together so that the inseam of the legs stretch out with stability. Let's lift yourself up. One more seated pose, Upavishta Konasana. So widen your legs here. about 90-degree angle. So if you were to lean forward, you could hold the outside of your feet. So your legs are not as wide as they can possibly be. Make sure the pelvis is in neutral. If it's not, sit on a block, or if you have a blanket, sit on that. And then bring your hands behind you again to draw the sacrum in and up to bring the pelvis to neutral or even a little forward tilt. Press the tops of your thighs straight down like somebody were standing on each thigh. Big toe mound forward, pinky toe back, and then send the chest away from the navel as you lean forward. You can bring your hands forward like down dog, maybe lower elbows. If you have the range of motion, you can hold your outer feet and kind of just gently pull them towards your outer hips as you send your chest forward, and then fold, dropping your forehead closer to the floor. I'm going to come up again so that I'm not blasting you. Your thighs should be pressing down, and your knees and your toes should be facing the ceiling, not rolling in or out. Breathe here, Upavishta Konasana. Then lift yourself up. Bring your feet back and take your thumbs between your fourth and fifth toes for a balance. I said that the other was your last seated pose. I lied. Lift your heels, straighten them any amount, might be quite bent, and lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Turn your upper arms out so you really lift the chest here. Bring your feet together. Hold onto them as you can. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent. And then bend the knees, plant the feet. Let's come to a reverse table. Hands behind your hips, fingers point in whatever direction, but press your inner hands, inner feet. Those are your anchor points. And lift your butt straight up. Press your inner hands and turn your upper arms out. And if it feels okay for you, drop your head. Bring your butt closer to your feet for mud flap. Press your inner feet. Lift the chest. Inner hands press. Nice little back bend. Shoulder blades lifting and widening the chest. And then lay yourself down onto your mat. Come into constructive rest. And into a supine twist. Align your heels with your sitting bones. Bring your arms in a T position, palms up or down. Shift the hips to the right and drop both knees to the left. You can bring thighs closer to chest or farther away. You can put a block between your knees if this is too much. Lengthen your right hip away from your right shoulder and lift your left ribs and shoulder off the floor to weight down the right side. Turn your head towards your right hand. And then let that bottom hip, that left hip, just melt into the floor. Feel the energy settling in the body. Turn your nose to face the ceiling. Bring your legs back to center. Pelvis to center. Switch sides. Lift, shift hips to left. Drop knees to right. Left hip moves away from left shoulder. Right ribs, right shoulder blade lift off the floor to weight down the left side. Turn your head towards your left hand. And of course, if you want to straighten bottom or top leg, that's always an option. Any configuration of a twist that feels good in your body. Let that right hip just sink straight down. Let it melt. Let your head feel heavy like a bowling ball. Turn your nose to center. Bring your legs and your pelvis to center. Constructive rest. Then stretch the arms overhead, lengthen your legs forward, take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Stay as long as you like in Shavasana. It's probably quieter where you are, so stay as long as you like. Or if you're ready, you can plant your feet, bend your knees. Turn to one side. Lift yourself up. Come into your seat. Close your eyes. And feel the effects of your practice on your body and your mind. How did your practice align with your intention? And is there something from your practice you can take with you off the mat? Bring your hands to your heart. Acknowledge you showed up. And let's end as always with gratitude for our health, for our loved ones, support of each other, and for the infinite possibilities that surround us in each moment. Thumbs to forehead, heart center, bow your heads. Namaste, yogis. Such a pleasure to teach you.